Hi, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Yoga for Wellness. My name is George Ethan Cox, and this is Bentley, and I'm your certified RYT 200 hour yoga instructor. Today, we are going to practice opening up in the body. That's all about creating space by using the breath and the positions that I'm going to cue you in today to kind of help you find a little bit more leeway in how you move and how you breathe in day-to-day life. And Bentley here, he is going to be our also guide. He is my guiding light for a lot of ways. So you feel welcome to follow his lead as well. This is all brought to you in partnership between Yoga with George Ethan as well as Wilkes Recovery Revolution. And I'm honored to get to share these practices with you every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Be sure to check out our web pages on Facebook. Also, be sure to leave a comment below, letting us know what you think of the video and what you want to see next time. With that being said, all you're going to need today is, of course, your mat and something to wear that's comfortable. For beginning practitioners, I recommend you grab a block, and if that's not accessible to you, get a book that is easy to access. And I do also recommend a strap, as we're going to be having some positions where our arms are behind our back, and you might need a strap to kind of help you get there. If you don't have a strap, a belt works as well, or a t-shirt or a towel. So there are several options. So go ahead and gather those right now, and then we'll get started. But whenever you are ready, my friends, we are going to begin in a nice, comfortable seat. So take your time getting here in a cross-legged position, making sure you feel nice and grounded here. And so you also feel nice and tall in the spine. If you have struggles with thinking nice and tall or having your chest open, maybe I suggest you get a pillow or a rolled up blanket, or even roll up your mat and lay it underneath your hips. You could use a block like so, something that just helps you feel nice and tall in the spine. The main thing about opening up the chest is you got to set yourself also up for success here. And if you're seated and you're hunched over like this, it's going to be difficult. Also, it's going to cause tightness in the hip flexors right here. That's preventing you from rising up. And if you're straining too much, you're not going to get the most out of your practice. So never feel ashamed to use tools to support you in your yoga journey. That's what they're there for. It's to help you get the most of what you need today. Whenever you are ready, though, think nice and tall in the spine. Let's just start with a regular deep breath in through the nose. All together now, breathe in. Think tall in the spine. Maybe close your eyes. Exhale through the mouth. Relax your shoulders. Breathe in through the nose once more. Find a lift in the sternum. To help find that lift, maybe place one of your thumbs along the sternum and allow your sternum to rise to meet the thumb. Exhale out. Find ease. Continue your breathing at your own pace for a few breaths, just thinking nice and tall as you breathe in. And find ease with each exhale. Taking this opportunity to let go of your day so far and to set an intention for the day's practice. It could be a word, a keyword. It could be a phrase. Whatever you need today. All right. After your next exhale, bat your eyelashes open if they're not already. And I invite you to take your hands and place them on the ribs here. I'm wrapping them around my ribs. Now I want you to take a breath in, just a normal breath. And then as you exhale, let it all out so you feel the contraction of the rib cage getting smaller and smaller. Imagine your ribs reaching down towards your pelvic bones. Empty, empty, empty. Now take a big breath in and feel the expansion of the ribs. All together, inhale. Feel them widening and rising. And now exhale again, full exhale here. I'm going to do this 2 more times. Inhale in, feel the expansion. Exhale out. Imagine when you exhale, your rib cage here is again locking in with your rib cage. With your pelvis, excuse me. Inhale in, last one. And out. Empty, empty, empty. All right, remove the hands. Return your breath to normal. And then from here, we're going to do some neck rolls. Inhale, carve a line with the nose, look up. Exhale, carve a line with the nose, look down, chin to chest, and then roll your left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, chin to chest. Inhale, and then back to the right side. Use your breath here to guide you. As you exhale, it's always chin to chest. Inhale, roll your ear to the opposite shoulder, while at the same time grounding down with the elbows and keeping lift in the chest. You want to remain stationary in all parts of the body below the collarbone. Using your breath to find opening in the sides of the neck and the back. On your next time your left ear is the left shoulder, keep here, and then place your right palm or right fingertips to the ground to your right. Just breathe here, a couple of breaths, nice smooth breaths. Finding opening in the right side of the neck, on the right shoulder. Inhale in. Exhale, find release, chin to chest. Opposite side. Inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Place the left fingertips down this time. Heart lifts. Inhale in. Find a stretch. Exhale. Not releasing yet. One more breath in. And then exhale, chin to chest, release. Bring yourself back to center. Bring your left palm down. Inhale from the right side, bottom or lower to rise. Inhale, bring your right hand up and over to find expansion in the right ribs and the right side of the body. Inhale, pull the thumb back. Find it open and revolve the chest up. And then exhale, rain the right fingertips down, flip the left palm up and over from the left. Keep a nice crown to tailbone connection. Don't collapse in your head here. Breathe in. Exhale, find ease in the shoulders. And pull your left thumb back, open the heart, inhale. And exhale, rain the left fingertips down. Awesome. From here, we're going to move on to all fours. So wrists underneath the shoulders, knees under hips. So doing a couple cat-cows here. Claw into those fingertips, inhale, drop the belly, claw, press firmly into the mat and open the heart space. Exhale, starting with the tailbone, drop it down into the space. Dome your back, press away from the yoga mat and chin to chest. Opening the shoulders. Inhale in, drop the belly, look forward. Inhale, again, starting with the tailbone, drop towards the ground. Bring the navel up to the spine, pressing away to the mat to dome the shoulders, chin to chest. Now using your breath here to guide this motion from one position to another, take what I've used for you to allow your breath to be your guide, excuse me. Do one or two more, your own pace. Remember pressing into the feet. All right. Now, at this position, place your elbows down into where your palms once were. Walk your knees back and allow your heart to melt down towards the mat. Puppy pose. Breathe into the space in the heart and the shoulders. Couple breaths. We're just creating space here. And the main thing is to try to extend in the breath, find expansion in those ribs. And then find ease with every exhale. But repeat at your own pace. It doesn't have to match my breathing exactly. Everybody's practice is unique to their own needs. And it's never a competition, as this is merely just a practice. Awesome. Bring your hands back to where your elbows once were. Bring your knees as wide as the yoga mat. And then place your left palm in the center. Like a bow and arrow, we're going to glide the right hand up the arm, up the chest. And then raise your hand up towards the sky. Reach, reach, reach. Revolving the heart upward. Breathe in. And then exhale like we're threading a needle, reaching down and under. We're going to repeat this 3 times. Inhale, reaching the right hand up. Exhale, reach through, thread the needle. Opening the shoulders. Inhale, reach all the way up. Heart opens. Exhale, thread the needle once more, but this time rest your shoulder onto the mat and then rest your ear onto this mat as well. From here, you have the option to keep your left palm where it is or extend it up to the top short edge of your mat. Breathe. Create spaces of opening and expansion using your breath. One thing, or a main thing about yoga and in life, is the pranayama practice, which is using the breath to guide you through the position, to bring your mind back to a center focus. It also helps condition the body and the nervous system to kind of realign. When your mind begins to wander, you can always return to the breath. When you practice yoga and you feel that you're shaky or feel something unfamiliar, take a step back and breathe. And in time, wonderful things can happen. Sliding your left palm back, claw into the left fingertips, unravel, reach the right hand up high once more, wiggle the fingertips, then rain it down. Swap hands, place the right palm in the center now. And then we're going to, like a bow and arrow, slide the left hand up the right arm, up the chest, and expand. Breathe in, revolve in the chest opening. Exhale, threading the needle, reach through, find a stretch in the shoulder. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, rounding it through once more. Last one, claw into those fingertips. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, reach it through. And rest the shoulder, rest the left ear, breathe. Find that stretch in the shoulder this time. Should feel really nice. Especially if you work at a desk, or even if you have like a text neck or like to play video games like I do. Finding a release and tension using that breath. All right, bring your right palm back to center, press firmly into the mat. Inhale, reach up one more time. And then exhale, back to center. Okay, my friends, bring yourself back to all fours and center yourself accordingly. From here, I would like to invite you first to bring your right foot back, like you're kind of like, well, you want your back toes curled under only the right ones, and then bend the knee so your foot is parallel with the sky. Keep your spine nice and neutralized by drawing the navel in towards the spine and the rib cage hugged in. From here, we're going to hike our knee up like we're doing like we're a dog at a fire hydrant, and then circle it around in a counterclockwise position. So we're making circles with the knees here, opening up our hips, activating the hip flexors as well and our glutes, keeping a mindfulness in the core of the body. We're doing 5 of each rotation, and then we're going to switch. So we're kicking up, around, and through. Last one. And once your foot is back parallel with the sky, now I want you to kick that knee in towards the chest, open to the right, and around. So we're going the opposite direction. So this time we are going clockwise with the knee. Keeping the foot nice and active, pressing evenly into both palms. We've got 2 more. Breathe. And then bring it down. Awesome. Switch sides, extend the left foot out. Maybe you pedal it back and forth to stretch in the heel. Then kick that foot up so the foot is parallel with the sky. And so we're going to hike the knee around, and we're starting clockwise with this one. So we're switching it up, different sides. You might find something a little different on this side than the other, but again, focus on keeping the wrist equally pressed. And if the wrists feel a little strained here, claw end of the fingertips, press into the knuckles. 2 more. And then on your last kick up, just draw the knee in towards the chest and then go the opposite direction 5 times. Keep the spine nice and neutral by drawing the navel in and the ribs down towards your pelvis. Last one. And release. Beautiful. Do one more cat and cow just to reset here. And then walk your hands up so your seat is in between the feet here. And go ahead and give your wrist a little bit of release here. Do a little wave. You can interlace the fingers and press the fingers into the back of the knuckles here and pull away for the back of the wrists. You can take your hands into thriller arms and wiggle the fingers. And then take one palm and wrap around the other and pull towards the body. Switch. And then we can take the palms, fingers faced up, and do the same. Doesn't have to be a big thing, but it's always important to set your wrist up for success, especially when you're doing sun salutation where you're on your hands quite a bit. And also you have an option here, if you were on your knees like so, to have your toes curled under like so you can get a nice little foot stretch here. Lots of options, all kinds of places. With that being said, back to all fours once again. We're going to start in all fours actually to start. So we're going to kick that back foot up like we did earlier. Draw that knee in towards the chest, looking forward, and plant the right foot in between the palms. Getting ourselves into a low lunge, thinking nice and tall in the chest. Breathe. Now, listen closely. We're going to lift the back knee, or you can keep it lowered if that is where you are today. Lift the back knee if that's accessible to you while being light on the fingertips, and you can grab the blocks if needed for support. We're going to inhale, keep our heart open. And the good way to do that is to kind of squeeze the shoulder blades in together behind the ribs. And then exhale, straighten that front knee like we're going into a triangle variation. And chin to chest. Inhale, carve a line with the nose, bend the front knee, heart opens, look forward. Exhale, straighten that front knee, chin to chest. Fold. We got 3 more. You got this. Inhale, bend the knees, heart opens. Exhale, straighten and fold. Inhale, pull that right hip flexor back as you bend the front knee. Exhale, straighten the leg. Try to keep those hips nice and even. Last one. Inhale, bend the front knee nice and tall in the crown. And exhale, straighten. Awesome. Lower that back knee. We're going to plant the left palm. Inhale, reach the right hand up high for a twist. Then exhale, rain it down. Put those blocks to the side. We're going to step that back foot to meet the front for our first forward fold of today's practice. So nice and generous bend of the knees. Gentle sway side to side. Maybe clasp the elbows. Maybe shake your head a little yes, a little no. And when you're ready, we're going to slide the hands up the shins, up the thighs, squeeze the elbows in together like grasshopper legs, and straighten up through the spine. Half lift. Exhale, we fold. Bend the knees generously and roll it up. Take your time. Then exhale, relax the shoulders. Think nice and tall. Awesome. From here, we're going to inhale, reach the hands up towards the sky. Grab your left wrist with the right hand. Think up and over as you get a nice long stretch on the right side body. Pull the hands back. Inhale, reach both hands up high, hands parallel. Opposite side, up and over to the left. Inhale, reach the hands up high. On your exhale, swim the hands behind you, interlace the hands, and pull them down and away as we open our shoulders and our hearts. Keep the rib cage hugged in and down like it's reaching towards the pelvis here. Breathe. Bend the knees generously and exhale, fold forward, keeping the hands interlaced. Pulling away from the head. Inhale, just look forward, nice and easy, and then release the palms, placing them on the floor. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slide the hands up the legs, halfway lift. Exhale, forward and bow. Plant the palms, bring back one foot and another. Lower all the way down to your bellies. Squeeze the elbows into the chest. Inhale, look forward, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Press up to all four is inhale. We're going to do the other side. We started on the right. We're going to kick up the left foot this time. Foot parallel with the sky. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest. Look forward and plant the foot in between the palms. Okay, I demonstrated with the blocks before. I'm going to do it without for this one here. And you will notice that one side of our lunges or one side of practice versus the other on your body will be different than the other in some days, and that's perfectly normal. That's why we do both sides, so we can notice these things and try to find a little equivity here. All right, option to straighten the back knee or keep it lower to the ground, but keep that back toes curled under and your heart lifted. Squeeze these legs in together into an imaginary line for support. And we're going to inhale, heart lifts, look forward. Exhale, straighten the front legs, trying to keep light on the fingertips here. Inhale, heart lifts. Squeeze the shoulder blades in together. Exhale, straighten the leg, chin to chest. Inhale, heart lifts, look forward, bend the knee. Keep a pull in the back heel. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, straighten. 2 more, you're doing great. Inhale, straighten. This is really good for opening up the hips and the shoulders. Last one, inhale, straighten. And I'm sorry, inhale, look forward, and then exhale, straighten, excuse me. All right, bend the front knee, step or hop that back foot up to meet the front, and we're in forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, your version, hands on the thighs, shins, or floor. But when you're on half lift, you want to squeeze your shoulder blades in together so you have that nice lift. Nice long spine. Exhale, fold. Roll it all the way up to the sky. We're going to repeat that up and over sensation, wrapping our left wrist with our right hand, but this time doing a little curtsy, sliding the left toes behind the right heel, up and over to the right. You should feel the stretch in your left hip. Inhale, stretch up, bring your feet back to center. Grab the right wrist as you exhale, slide the right toes behind the left heel. Think up and over to the right as you kind of bump your hips to the right for a side stretch on the right side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swim the hands behind you. Interlace the finger opposite thumbs on top this time. So the one that feels a little funky. Pull the fists down and away. Connect the ribs to the pelvis here. Inhale, think nice and tall. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Pulling the fist away from the torso. And then bend the elbows and slowly release the hands to the floor. You should feel a rush of energy going back to the fingertips. Slide the hands up the legs to the shins. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms, bring back one foot and another, and we're going to lower all the way down to our bellies. This time, instead of going to cobra, we're going to just inhale, lift our heads, and practice pressing into our pelvis and the tops of our feet and lifting our hands as well. Exhale, release. And that might be your locust pose today. We're going to do this 3 times. This time we're going to inhale, open your arms out wide like airplane. Maybe your arms go back away from the shoulders. Keep breathing. And then exhale, release. And you may have stayed in that first position with your hands still underneath your shoulders, but slightly lifted. But this time, invitation, if you are more comfortable, is to inhale, lift up the chest, lift up the head and the arms, an airplane, and maybe lift up the feet, pressing into the pelvis, keeping your ribs hugged in, using your breath to carry you, squeezing those shoulder blades, strong back muscles. And exhale, release everything. Press up to all fours. And from here, we're going to bring our knees as wide as the mat, toes to touch, and move your hips back to extended child's pose. Breathe into the back body. Should feel really good after what we've just practiced so far. Whenever we're strengthening our back as well as practicing opening our chest, there's a there's a little extra focus on the shoulders, which really needs to have the contraction of, well, it's kind of an oxymoron, contraction of expansion. You want to expand the shoulders using your breath to kind of find ease after using all that strength practice. One more breath. Claw into the fingertips from your navel. Inhale, bring yourself back to all fours. Knees underneath the hips, wrist under shoulders. Curl the toes under, and we're going to meet all together in downward dog. Pedal it out. Reaching one heel down and the other. All right. From here, we're going to slide the right foot up and then exhale, bring our right knee into the chest, look forward and plant the foot in between the palms. This time we're going to keep the knees lifted. Be light on the fingertips. We're going to bring our right heel to our left heel to pivot. So we are in warrior legs here, but squeeze the legs into that imaginary line for support. From here, we're going to inhale, sweep the arms forward, up and back. Warrior one, nice and strong. Breathe deep. We're thinking nice and tall here. Head over your heart, heart over your pelvis. Strong back leg here. Press into that pinky toe. And from warrior one, we're going to do something a little funky. Swim those arms behind you. And interlace the fingertips. Pressing down and away from the torso. Keeping that heart nice and open here. Inhale in. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Keep your hips facing forward and keep your front knee bent. Inhale. As you exhale, use your heart to guide you. Literally, use your heart space to guide you forward like you're peering into a lake as we meet in humble warrior. Strengthen the legs, pulling the arms away with your fist. Squeezing those shoulder blades in together, heart nice and open. Using your breath, fill up the belly. And nice and easy, with control, release the palms. From here, we're going to unpivot that back toe so our feet are parallel once more. Plant the left palm, inhale, reach the right hand up high. Exhale, rain it down, drop that back knee, and then walk your hips back, runner's lunge. We're straighten that front leg. Toes face towards the forehead here. Breathe. Walking yourself back forward, bring that front foot back, lower to cobra, or you may chaturanga to up dog. From cobra, you can bring yourself back up to all fours. If you chaturanga to up dog, we will all meet together in down dog. So everyone in down dog at your pace. This time, anchor the right heel down, swim the left foot up to the sky. Then exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest and look forward and plant the foot in between the palms. Beautiful. Squeeze those legs into an imaginary line. And then we're going to pivot that back foot. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Your next inhale, swim your hands forward, up and back for warrior one. Nice and strong legs here. Very powerful positioning. Virabhadrasana one. This is a power pose. Feel strong in this moment. On your exhale, make cactus arms with your elbows. Squeeze your elbows back to the space opening your heart. And then swim your arms around to interlace behind your hands, behind your hips, interlacing with the opposite thumb on top this time, pulling it down and away from the body. Again, as I mentioned before, if this is unfamiliar to you, grab a strap or a towel or a belt behind you to kind of support. Bend that front knee. Inhale, open the heart nice and big. And exhale, like you're peering into a lake, dive forward with the heart guiding you. Pulling away from the body with the fist, humble warrior. Breathe deep. You got this. And then exhale, release the palms with control. Pivot that back toe, and then inhale, reach the left leg on left hand up high. Reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, release it down, lower the back knee, and walk your hips back, runner's lunge. Walk your hips back forward. Curl the back toes under to lift the knee, then step it up to the front. We're going to inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the hands way up high. Exhale, draw your hips down and back to chair pose. Like you're carrying a big beach ball here, we're going to open our arms out wide, keeping your heart lifted. Maybe if you want, you can keep your legs apart or you can scoot them in together, really together. From here, you can bring your arms to open to the left, keeping your heart lifted. Open forward, and then bring your arms to the right. Then back forward. Pull the thumbs up, inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, your version. And exhale, fold. From here, we're going to go roll wide back up to standing, so take your time. And then exhale, relax your shoulders. Just take a moment to close your eyes and notice how you feel in the moment. Palms facing forward. This is an active Tadasana. Heart's lifted. Hip flexors shining forward and up. Rib cage hugged in and down towards the pelvis. Shoulder blades squeezed together slightly. Find softness in the forehead. Breathe. Gorgeous. Alrighty, we're going to meet in the center of our mats and then bring your feet wider than hip width apart, toes parallel, excuse me. And we're moving into triangle. So, focusing your right toes to your right and then bringing your left feet to follow. We're going to pivot our hips facing the right short edge of the mat with our legs nice and straight here. So like before, we're going to clasp our hands behind us, pull them down and away, and then peer forward using our heart to guide us. Now use your palms and squeeze your legs together. Use your hands to pull you back up. Bend into the right knee into warrior two. And then pull your right hand back, peaceful warrior. Straighten that front knee now and straighten that right arm to find one long stretch from the right arm, fingertips to the right toes. Now, cocking your right hip, we're going to cartwheel all the way down. So our right fingertips reach down towards the floor. Here you can use your block to help you place your fingers down, or you can use your right shin here for revolve triangle. So keeping your heart nice and lifted here, revolving it up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Gaze up to the sky. And like an angel's pulling on your wrist, pull it back. Arms nice and wide. Pivot the right finger or right toes inward and have the left toes match. And then exhale, hands to heart. Awesome. We're going to try that on the other side. So open the left toes to the left, right toes to match. Nice and straight legs. We're going to interlace the fingertips behind the body, opposite thumb on top. Inhale, look forward, head over heart, heart over pelvis, and then dive in, forward fold into that straightened leg. Now it might be halfway, or if you feel comfortable to dive further, you can draw the chin in towards the chest. Your legs may be shaky, that's perfectly fine. Release the palms now, bend into that front knee, and then open wide, warrior two. Usually it's the opposite. Usually warrior two goes into pyramid pose, but it's all good. We're having a change of perspective today. Pull those pinkies back. Inhale, reach forward, flip the palm, drop the back hand onto the back thigh. Think up and over as we go into peaceful warrior. Opening the chest. Now straighten the front foot or front knee, straighten the left arm. Finger to toe connection here, nice long stretch. And then cock the hip, cartwheel all the way down, down, down to revolved triangle. Breathe. Got a nice hip opener here. Should feel a stretch in the right hip. Opening in the chest. And then bring the right palm down. Pivot the back foot to parallel with the front. And then step or hop that back foot to meet the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the hands way up high. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. From here, we're going to reach our hands up high once more, and then we're going to lower all the way down into a yogi squat. Now, it doesn't have to be a perfect squat. I'm actually going to reposition to face y'all so you can have a visual. You can go a bit more into a garland pose. It's where your heels are high off the mat and your knees are closer together. But if you're a bit more comfortable to where your palms can go in between the legs, and you can have your hands together as your legs squeeze in together. Kind of get a nice opening in the hips here. Or you can just play around with moving your legs one side and another. If that's still too much for you, you can use a block to place underneath the hips here to support you. There's all kinds of options. And I'm not expecting anyone, or a lot of people, there are definitely people who can do it, to place your heels all the way down to the ground. I'm not there myself. But when you find a position, hang out there, notice anywhere that's tight and breathe into it. And exhale, find softness. Find ease, that sukha. All right, we're going to now find ourselves sit on a seat on our mat, legs in front of us. We're going into boat pose here. So, palms starting out behind our hips. We're going to lift up one leg, leg parallel to the floor, and then the other. Main thing here is to keep your heart nice and open. Now, this may be it. This is your boat pose. That is totally cool. Just want you to play with keeping the heart open here. You may notice a little shakiness. That is perfectly fine. That means your body's alive and it's working. Maybe you straighten one leg, bring it back in. Maybe you straighten the other leg, bring it back in. Maybe you take both palms facing the sky in front of you. Practice straightening one leg, bringing it in, and then straightening the other. Bring it back in. Maybe you bring them both out. Maybe you open the arms wide. Maybe you bring it all back in, giving yourself a hug. Or you can stay with your hands keeping your support here, the legs lifting here. Maybe you practice tapping one to the floor one at a time. Or you can practice opening and closing like I did just a moment ago. The main thing is I want you to keep your heart open and lifted here. Try not to cave into the chest. Awesome. From here, we're going to go into cow legs. Cow legs is having one knee directly over the other. Starting with your right knee down first, your your left knee down first, your left heel in towards the buttocks, and then crossing the right leg over. Now the knee may not be perfect. That is not what I'm trying to help you gain here. It's more just the principle of finding that stretch in the glute and keeping open in the chest. Now there's several options of what to do with cow legs. You could do it folded forward, or you can go into archer arms, where you take your right arm to start reaching down the back, and then your left arm reaching up. Ideally, we want to reach towards a bind in the fingers, reaching the fingers together. But if that's not accessible to use a towel, a strap, or a t-shirt to help support. But again, as we're keeping open today, I'm going to reach towards my fingertips here. I cannot reach that bind quite yet, but I'm on my way. Keeping the elbows lifted up on the right elbow and breathing deep. Again, the option to fold forward is also there as well, to find openness in the shoulders. In fact, to contrast, think after doing the archer arms for a few breaths, walk your hands forward and fold forward over the legs here. Feel really good in opening the hips. And as well as the area between the shoulder blades. When you're ready, walk yourself back to center, unravel the legs, and then we're going to swap. So bring that right heel in towards the buttocks, then bring your left knee close to or on top of the right knee. Being nice and tall, and as we do archer arms, we're going to reach the left hand over top down the shoulder, and then the right hand from the bottom up. Keeping your heart lifted. Again, use your tools, use your strap. I'll use the strap this time. There's definitely no shame in it. Again, you want to not injure yourself. You want to get the most out of your practice though. So tools, they're there for a reason. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Keep your heart lifted. Find ease with each exhale. We're going for 3 breaths here. And on your 3rd exhale, release the strap or the bind, and then walk your hands forward to fold over the knee. Should feel really good in the hips. Keep your feet nice and active here to protect the knee. Alrighty, walk your hands back, unravel the legs. Now we're going in for a windshield wiper legs to kind of release any tension that was gained here in the cow legs. Should feel really good. Got a little booty massage. Nice and slowly. Awesome. Bring yourself to the center of your mat now. We're going to extend the right leg out long. Bring your left heel in. Placing your right palm face up on the left side of your lap and being nice and tall in the spine. Like we did to start when we went up and over, we're going to go up and over to reach towards our right toe. Now, you can either reach towards your toes here or reach all the way towards your toes if you're flexible enough. If not, you have the option to bring your hand to cradle your hand. Your hand to cradle your head. I'm getting tongue-tied today. Goodness. Pulling the elbows back, keeping the heart lifted, finding that nice stretch and maintaining that glute to floor connection. Breathe into it, my friends. Keeping your hand to support your head if you're newer to this practice is good for maintaining that spinal focus and not collapsing your head down, which can cause strain. Exhale, unravel. Bring your right foot in this time towards the pelvis. Left foot extend. Bring your left palm to rest on the right thigh. Think up and over as you reach towards the left toes, or palm behind the nape of the neck, pulling your elbow back. Keep your toe active or your foot active. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And release. Beautiful. Alrighty, my friends, from here, I'm going to lower all the way down to the floor. So take your time, grab hold of the thighs and roll back. Ah, ain't that lovely? So go ahead and make a little circles with the knees to start. One direction and another. We're going to lower the left foot, kick the right foot up high, and pull the left or the right thigh towards our body. Now that might be your stretch here. That's cool, but you want to keep the toes engaged to protect the knee, and your knee doesn't need to be perfectly straight. If you feel like you want to or you can, and can keep the glutes down, you can pull at the shin here, or you can grab your peace fingers, your toe with your peace fingers, and pull that towards you. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Opening up our hamstrings here. Breathe in. Exhale, release the bind. Bring your right heel or your right ankle to rest on the left thigh. Then wrap your hands around the left thigh and pull it towards the chest for a supine pigeon bind. Breathe. Maybe you find a gentle sway side to side. Hi, Bentley. Hey, buddy. We're doing pigeon pose. And release. Open the arms out wide or open your arms to cactus arms and lower down to the left for a twist. Maybe bring your gaze to the right. Breathe. Or bring your gaze, in my case, to Bentley. Hey, buddy. And unravel, and we'll switch. Right foot to the floor, left foot up high. Take a bind, pull that left thigh in towards the chest, foot nice and active. Maybe option to grab the shin or calf, or you can grab the big toe with your peace fingers, or you can even use your strap to pull it towards you, wherever you are. Practice keeping your low ribs hugged down towards your pelvis here. And experiment with your breath, opening the other parts of your rib cage. One more breath in and out. Cross that ankle over the right thigh. Open the knee and then take your hand, excuse me, Bentley, and interlace behind the right thigh and give it a pull. Pigeon posture, supine version. Side B. Do y'all remember when we had tapes back in the 90s and before? We had tape players and they had side A and side B. All right, open the arms out wide or to cactus and allow your legs to gently fall to the right this time for your supine twist. Bringing your gaze, and in my case, yet again, to Bentley. Hi, buddy. Or to your left. Key thing here is to keep your shoulders nice and grounded. You should feel expansion in the chest. And unravel. All right, option here to take a hold of some yogi freestyle. Today I'm going to go for happy baby, lengthening my tailbone to the bottom side of the mat, kicking one foot up at a time. You can do some supine diamond pose. You can go for a plow pose to open your lower back here. I'm going for hip openers right now. You can practice more in pigeon, like upright pigeon. Do more knee circles. There's so many options. Get whatever you need out. Okay, guys. Whenever you're ready, I would like you to squeeze the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a big hug. Breathe in. And as you exhale, completely unravel, allowing your legs and hands to spill out from the edges of the mat. And allowing your body to fully and completely release to the floor. Maybe you close your eyes or soften the gaze. Maybe you take a moment to scan the body just to notice how it feels, to scan the breath, to take stock of what is going on today. Without judgment, just take notice. Let the nutrients of today's practice sink in. Take stock of the breath. Just notice. Allow yourself permission to just be for just a minute. And let go of everything. Keeping the brow nice and soft, relaxing the jaw, releasing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Take a few breaths here. Okay. Bring your awareness back into the body and the space and wiggle your fingers and toes. Gentle sway the head one side and another. Taking one arm and placing the hand underneath the head to support it and bending both knees. I would like you to roll over to one side that suits you best. And then I allow you an opportunity to press up and we'll meet again in seated position. We conclude always in gratitude for the opportunity to practice together every single Saturday or whenever is best for you. We bring our palms together at Heart Center in Anjali Mudra, and we bow to each other and ourselves to say Namaste. Thank you all for joining in. It was an awesome practice. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you would like to see in future practices by commenting below, or send us a like or a heart emoji. We'd love to hear from you guys. If you want to know more about what we do or want to see more awesome yoga videos, check out my Facebook page at Yoga with George Ethan, and check out Wilkes Recovery Revolution's Facebook page and website as well. We love you guys. Look forward to many awesome new practices coming to you on Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. I'll see you guys again soon, so have a great week. Bye-bye. That was a good practice, huh, buddy?